I am doing a song a day challenge. A song a day challenge. A song a day challenge. But the goal is to make a song a day until the end of the year. 7 songs every Friday. Every Friday, 7 songs. Guess what day it is today? It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Which means I dropped the pack today. I dropped the pack of 7 songs. Link in the description if you want to hear it. It's called the Polarity Pack. The Polarity Pack. So every Friday, I just like to perform a little song just to give you a taste of what I got going on. The song I'm going to be performing for you is called Anaconda Vice. Anaconda, Anaconda, Anaconda Vice. This camera is trash. But yeah. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Sure. Wait. Baby, most of the time, you the only thing that's on my mind. I've been trying to get you on the line. Call me forward till you're by my side. Gotta tell you, babe, it's hard when you're not here. Never hear from you again is my top fear. How long we gonna be distant? Please come near me. Say I need you, mean that sincerely. Oh, come here, babe, so I'm trying to feel, babe. That's the real me, tell me if you feel me. I'ma make you mine, even if it kills me. I'll take care of you like I do the bills, babe. Come here, babe, you know this way the real way. That's the real me, tell me if you feel me. I'ma make you mine, even if it kills me. I'll take care of you like I do the bills, babe. I'm trying to get closer. Wanna know ya, baby, let me know. I'm trying to get closer. Wanna hold ya and never let you go. No, 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 no. No, never let you go. No, 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 never let you go. Baby, if you want, let me know. You can stay with me. Baby, if you want, let me know. Never let you go. Baby, if you want, let me know. You can stay with me. Baby, if you want, let me know. Never let you go. Everything and more, me and more. What I got in store, ease the door. Let me in your core, got a heart of war. I've been eyeing you, I'm more than fond of what I see. What's going on, I'm here to nothing, there's a fire inside of me. When you're not around, to be honest, I can't stand the pain. Say your name, conjure up your face, deep within my brain. Is this really love, or I just go insane? Differentiate between the two, I can't seem the same. Oh, come here, baby, so I'm trying to feel, babe. That's the real me. Tell me if you feel me. I'ma make you mine, even if it kills me. I'll take care of y'all like I do the bills, babe. And come here, babe, you know this way the real way. This the real me. Tell me if you feel me. I'ma make you mine, even if it kills me. I'll take care of y'all like I do the bills, babe. I'm trying to get closer. Wanna know ya, baby, let me know. I'm trying to get closer. Wanna hold ya, never let you go. No, 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 never let you go. No, 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 never let you go. Baby, if you want, let me know. You can stay with me. Baby, if you want, let me know. Never let you go. Baby, if you want, let me stay with me, baby, if you want. Never let you go. Out. What's wrong with this guy? Link in description. Link in description. Link in description. That's an account of ice. This ratchet is. You know, I once had a book. And I found like a bunch of money in it. I was like, what the Okay, that's enough. To be 100% honest with you, the only reason I just did that other thing is to get a thumbnail. That's the only reason I did it. Okay. Today we're going to talk about my favorite topic, love and marriage. I watched this video exploring like the predictors of divorce. So basically, Jordan Peterson was talking about how he read this study by the Gottman Institute about certain predictors of divorce. And this guy, I don't know his first name, but this Gottman guy, apparently he can predict a divorce with 95% accuracy. And how he would do it would be, he has this bread and breakfast where he invites couples to stay there for a weekend. I actually wrote notes on this. So basically he invites these couples over, and usually like the couple things, just to start off with, that he can identify that will probably indicate to him that this couple is gonna get divorced, which is one of the first one is like how they're communicating with each other. Well, when they arrive and they, you know, they're just talking to each other throughout their time there, and it's this thing of if you're walking on eggshells around your partner, if you have this what Jordan described as aroused physiology, which is not aroused like sexually, but aroused like you're on edge, like you're just tense around this person, and you're speaking in such a way that's cautious because you're trying to avoid arguments, or you know that you're just very like conscious of your words, because you know if you say something the wrong way, that's just gonna spark some sort of argument and yada yada yada, and you're not free in your speech around each other, right? Constantly on eggshells around this person, which, yeah, like that's terrible. And I was thinking to myself, like, communication is so important in a relationship, man. And like, you need to be able to be at ease around the person you're going to spend your entire life with. That's very important. So I think both people have to get to a point where you're addressing what needs to be addressed in terms of whatever conflict you might have, and you're dealing with it so that you can have peace. So that when you're around each other, you actually like being around each other, and you're not on edge all the time, and you're not scared of each other. Jordan described it as like a predator and prey situation, where everything you're doing is to kind of avoid this predator. Like, obviously that goes both ways. It's not to be taken in the context of like sexual predator or like some weird, but like just think of it very literally, or not literally, but like, you know, in the technical sense of like, you're trying not to get attacked. You know that if you do this thing that annoys them, they're going to react a certain way. You know, if you say this certain thing, they're going to react a certain way. If you fucking breathe wrong, they're going to react a certain way. Like, you don't want to be in that situation, right? So that's a good indicator that you're probably going to get divorced. Because it multiply that across years, it's not going to end well, right? And then to expand upon that, then like this Gottman guy, he also gave an example of like the woman would go to the window. There'd be a window, she'd go to the window and look outside and see a bird, like this pretty bird, and she'd, ooh, there's this bird, come see it. To her husband, like, come look at the bird. And then the husband, like, he's got like a couple choices. He can just like sigh and then go look at the bird, or like, yeah, basically you can either have a positive response or a negative response. One way you're being reluctant, but you're expressing your reluctance in subtle ways, or you can just go look at the bird and be nice and be like, yeah, that's a cool bird, wow, 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 and indulge her in her interest in the bird. So the sigh, when you're like, that reveals something. That reveals a lot of built-up tension, and the fact that you've basically been putting up with this person for a long time and you're tired of them, and it's probably been a lot of other instances where you've been putting up with them and you're tired of putting up with them, and they're persecuting you, and why do I have to look at your stupid bird, and yada 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 yada. And it's just like there's so many different things they do that annoy you, and you have to endure this relationship instead of enjoying it. And it made me think, like, obviously that's terrible, right? But we see that all the time, couples just tolerating each other instead of being together and loving being together. They just tolerate each other, right? And I was thinking to myself, like, it'd be very important for me to be able to indulge my lady in whatever she, obviously within reason, but like whatever interest she might have. If she wants to go do something, she wants to go see something, she wants to talk about something, it's very important to be able to accommodate her. As a man, there might be certain things I'm like, why are we doing this? And as a lady, there might be certain things I like. She's like, why are we doing this? But it's important to just show interest and be there so that your partner doesn't feel like you're tolerating them. And the beautiful analogy that was given was like, it says here, oh yeah, before we move on, I just saw something here that's important. So when the man sighs, she says, come look at the bird, and he sighs. Naturally, the woman is going to be like, oh, okay, she hears that, she knows what that means. Her heart rate goes up because she's now like, fuck, he doesn't want to do it. I'm bothering him, but I can't really like say anything. Like I can't really ask him why he's making that noise, why he's reacting that way, why it's such a big deal for him, because then he's just gonna be like, I'm just sighing, what's the big deal, yada yada. That sigh is essentially like it's an attack. It's very subtle, but it's an attack because you just have to take it. You can't respond in a certain way, because if you respond, it's just going to create this big thing. And so it's like, you just have to sit there and be like, okay, look at the bird. But you know he doesn't want to. And that can really bother you. Like, multiplied across years, that sort of subtle stuff, guys, it's a death by 1,000 cuts. It's the little things that build up and eventually collapse the whole thing. So you have to really be mature. And which gets us to this beautiful line, which is respond to each other's birds. So the bird is a metaphor. Whatever your partner is like, come look at this, come do this. Hey, what do you think about this? Respond to your partner's birds. You make them feel seen, make them feel heard, and you make the relationship more enjoyable. They actually enjoy your company. They feel like you're actually their partner. Because this is the person you're going to spend your whole life with. You're married, right? You better get along. Like, if we're talking about a lifetime here, I suggest that you actually like each other. You like being around each other. And that requires work. It requires you to be willing to sacrifice your time in order to indulge this person's interests and make them feel like they can actually have fun with you. So yeah, like I said, the mature response from the man would be to, hey, the lady says, hey, there's a bird outside. You go, oh my God, that's a cool bird. Do you know anything about it? Because I know nothing about birds. And she tells you, and oh, cool, cool, cool. You're holding her, you're showing interest as much as you can, Obviously, don't oversell it, but as much as you're capable of expressing happiness and interest in that moment, do that. Make her feel like he's actually trying. And you do that all the time. Throughout the span of your relationship, you can have a beautiful relationship. So, that's one thing, right? So if you respond in the negative to the situation like that, divorce is pending. Well, unless you respect the institution of marriage and you don't get divorced because divorce is wrong. But yeah, typically, realistically, most people get divorced. Then another thing I was thinking about, another predictor of divorce is low frequency of sex. If you don't have sex often, you're probably going to get divorced. The intimacy is very important. which made me think about several things. So how do I attack this in a structured way? So like why do couples not have sex? I'm not entirely sure, but I guess after a while they get complacent and the physical attraction wanes. But there's actually several reasons for that. So what Jordan Peterson was saying was like what he does with his wife to maintain that sexual attraction. Number one is the kinks. They explore each other's kinks. They talk openly about their desires and fantasies, which I think is very important. Especially like in religious circles, people think you shouldn't talk about sex. It's like you should 100% talk about sex with your partner. It's very important to be honest about your desires, about your fantasies. And with me specifically, I think I'd have to be honest and say, I hear couples say that we have sex a couple times a month. I'm like, a couple times a month? Are you okay? A couple times a month is too little, especially for a man. So someone will have to fact check me on this, but I don't know. I saw someone say, I can't remember the specific number, but to avoid the risk of testicular cancer, a man needs to ejaculate like how many times a month? It was a lot. It was in the double digits in a month. It was quite a lot. So there's that, the health aspect of it for a man. Like, it's not healthy to be having sex like 4 times in 1 month. Like, it's not enough. But also, for me personally, I'm not going to speak for other men. Me personally, I could go every day, like once a day. And I know some women are like, once a day, that's too much, yada, yada, yada. I think you can earn it. So one thing you can do to have like a reward system, I think taking a girl out, going on dates regularly. Obviously, you're not going to go on dates every day, because, life and you're busy, you got shit to do. But, a couple times a week, I think is good, is healthy. At least once a week, depending on your schedule, at least once a week. But ideally, a couple times a week, right? And I like the idea of going out on dates. It's not a chore for me. It's not something I have to do just to get sex. Even without the sex, I think it's quite nice. The idea of going out for dinner at a nice place with a nice vibe, the aesthetics are good, and you're just sitting and having a decent meal, and you're talking about whatever it is that you need to talk about. That can be very pleasant. And then sex can be the thing that waits for you when you get home, which is always nice, It's like I think the lady would appreciate that you took her out and she gives you sex as a reward. Just before that, another important thing is discussing like household what's the word? Just having general discussions, very technical discussions about the goings on of the house. So the finances, if you've got kids, like how are we doing with the kids, or like very things like chores. Are you keeping up your end of the bargain with regards to certain chores and yada yada yada? Making sure that you get that out of the way. Having discussions like that, so that when you go on these dates, it's not something that's bothering you in the back of your mind. Like, this guy, like maybe she's thinking about me. Like, he always leaves his dishes lying around, or I asked him to pick up the kids that one time, and he's always forgetting, and I just feel like he's not being very responsible with our finances with regards to this and this. And whatever the case may be, like having those discussions beforehand, before you go on these dates and whatnot. Like you set aside time every week to just go over whatever grievances or, you know, just technical details you might want to discuss pertaining to the household. If you can do that, get that out of the way and resolve that, then when you're going on these dates, you're free. Like there's nothing on your mind with regards to like, oh, we haven't really discussed this, we haven't really sorted this out, and you can just be free to just talk and laugh and, you know, just to have a good time. And then the sex is even better as well. So yeah, I think, but I'd like, generally speaking, do it at least once a day. Just me. I don't know if every man is like that. I don't think every man is like that. Yeah, definitely not every man. I know some. A lot of relationships with the men, it's actually the men who become sexually inactive down the line, and the women are the ones who are craving sexual attention, but they're not getting it from their husbands. So I know not every man has particularly high sex drive. I think also with age, a lot of men stop caring. But me specifically, I'm 23. I'm very young, so it might just be I'm just young and hot-blooded and full of testosterone and yada yada yada. But yeah, I just know that I could easily go once a day. I could do multiple times a day, honestly. So those are the sort of conversations you need to have. And I would need to find someone who's on board with that. And again, I could settle for 5 times a week. So I'd like her to be open to once a day. I think once a day for me would be great. Obviously, there'll be some times where the schedules are just not allowing for that. But it doesn't have to be a romantic movie with candles and all that. You can do a quickie. We can knock it out in 10 minutes sometimes. It's not always going to be romantic. Sometimes it's just I don't know if this is inappropriate to talk about, but it's important to talk about these things because it's real. This is real stuff, and this is what when you think about the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life, like your intimacy with them is very important. You have to be intimate, because that's a predictor of whether you're going to stay together or not. So yeah, I'd have to find someone that's open to just a lot of sex. And then you have to have discussions about what you're into. You have to. Maybe like some people are into role playing or like lingerie or the bondage stuff, whatever it is. Be open about that. And when you're willing to play with each other in that way, it makes it fun, and it gives you something to look forward to over the course of many, many years. Because guys, when you're doing the same thing every day, it can get boring, it can get stale, and it can leave you with all this pent-up desire, which is why a lot of men might, even though they're married, might end up watching porn, because they're not sexually satisfied. And they're living out their fantasies in this pornographic realm. But yeah, you have to be honest, like, hey, I want to do this with you, I want to do this with you, and just be honest. And then you can kind of figure out, if it's too wild, maybe you can figure out a compromise or something. But yeah, try your best to accommodate your partner. Obviously, there's lines. Some things are too weird, but have conversations is what's the gist of it. Like talk. It's important to talk and figure it out together. So yeah, we started off with communication, responding to each other's birds, sex, lots of sex, going on dates. Let me just expound upon the dates thing, because like I said, I really enjoy going out on dates. It's not a thing for me that I have to do. Oh my god, I have to take her out. It's like I enjoy it. I like the idea of like you go out for dinner and then you watch a movie afterwards. I like driving. I like the idea of us getting in the car, us driving around, seeing different things, seeing different places, talking while we're driving. Like, you know, like, I like it. It's nice. Trying different things. Like I was talking to this one guy, and we were just discussing like different date ideas that like where we would take girls and what we do and all this sort of stuff, and things that like a lot of people don't typically think about. At least in this country where I'm from, I guess it depends place to place, but like, you know, like hot air balloons and what is the other one? So like a hot air balloon date is one thing it's been done, but it's like, you know, you don't hear about it that much, so it'll be new for you and your girl. Like it'll be like a nice experience. There was another thing that he mentioned. I was like, that's sick. What was it? Fishing. People like fishing. It's like, it's not about whether you're good at it or not. It's just, think about it. Like it's a new experience. There's so many opportunities for funny things to happen. Even if nothing eventful happens, you can be there talking. It's tranquil. You're on a boat. You're fishing. Very peaceful conversation. It can be nice. You can do the picnics. There's so many different things you can try. Picnics is very common, but yeah, you just have to be creative, and you have an entire lifetime to be creative and try different things, and so it's very exciting. Like I'd enjoy thinking about that sort of stuff and just figuring out how we can have fun and enjoy each other's company, you know. Obviously, when you have kids, and I plan on having a lot of kids, a lot of kids. I'll cap at 7. After 7, it's a done deal. After 7, I'm stopping. But 7 is my max that I'm willing to go up to. So you know, when you have that many kids, there won't be as much time to do certain things. But the kids grow up. But even then, when you have kids, you still have time. There's this misconception that when you have kids, you have no time at all. No, you just have to schedule. When you schedule well enough, you can create a lot of time for yourself. So you can have an hour here, an hour there, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes there, 2 hours here. Like, so we'll have time, but just not as much as someone who does not have kids. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's it. It's a long video. Thank you for watching. Hope you apply what I've said and it's fruitful for you. Oh, there's so many other predictors of divorce I could have gone into, but we'll just keep it there for now. If you came this far, comment a wedding ring. Comment a wedding ring if you came this far. The wedding ring emoji. Because the topic was marriage. Yeah. Let me pray and get out of here. Dear God, thank you for this individual. Thank you for making them whole and unique, blessing them. I just pray that you continue to take care of them. that you guide them on a path, Lord God, that introduces them to love, introduces them to friendship, that you establish what they already have in their life. Bless them, bless their friends, bless their family. If they have partners, bless the partner, and just pray for peace over this person's life. Peace, Lord, so that no matter what situation they find themselves in, they have peace. That they're happy, that they're useful, that they are going out and doing things that not only benefit them but also others, and that like good health, long life, and happiness over this individual, over their friends, over their family. In your mighty name I pray. Jesus' name.